For this video, I don't have any notes. I don't have any plans. The truth of the matter is my videos got corrupted. Listen, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. But my videos got corrupted, man. And I was actually disheartened a bit about it. I won't lie, I was a bit disheartened. But I wasn't as disheartened as I would have been, say, a year ago, right? So, just for back context, I always talk about the importance of bulk recording your content, especially if you're someone like me who's dropping daily long form content on YouTube and you have other stuff to do, whether you're working or whether you're building a business. For myself, I'm building an agency. I'm building an agency in real time and I'm building and documenting it in public. But with that, I can't just be there doing video content every single day. There's other various things that I need to be dealing with on a day to day. This is just something that I am working on to show you guys exactly what it means to build that 7-figure brand. A lot of the times I was talking about building a £1 million personal brand, but we've gone past that now, man. We've gone past that. And I'm going to cover that in another video as to why we're just talking 7 figures now. We're not even 1 million is the benchmark, right? And that's why with the £1 million visibility blueprint, that for me is the documentation of hitting that 1 mil, hitting that £1 million personal brand. But ultimately, we're looking 7 figures, 8 figures, man. We're looking to do it properly. You know what I mean? But ultimately, for this video, listen, it's not going to be a well-structured, well-thought-out video where I'm covering all the basis of personal branding, business branding, PR or marketing or any of those AI bits. It's more so to showcase the actual story that I'm going to share with you and then just kind of put a spin on it, just to kind of reinforce the importance of staying committed to the mission, staying committed to the journey, because all this stuff is new, right? And all this stuff is not easy in the slightest, but you have to accept that there are going to be many examples where things are not going to go to plan and it's not going to work in the way that you thought it would have worked out for you, right? But that's when you really have to put things into perspective and you really have to look at the bigger picture. So for me, I literally recorded 12 videos back to back. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was on fire. I was dropping bangers. I was dropping so much gems that I was so much looking forward to sharing with you all. And then I went back on my actual platform, the software that I use to listen back to the videos, because I was like, you know what, I need to get them scheduled in so we can move on to the next one. And when I actually listened to the content, it didn't even it sounded like I was underwater. It sounded like I was underwater, or it sounded like I was inside a microwave. Either way, as far as professionalism goes, I couldn't even begin to even think, oh, I'm still going to put it out. Nope, that's not how I roll. With the content that I'm putting out, is very much me being forthcoming, very transparent, honest, and just keeping it real. You know what I mean? That's how I do my content. That's how I enjoy to do my content. So you get a chance to know what I'm about. You know what I mean? But at the same time, there has to be levels to it. There has to be a level of professionalism that is the benchmark. You can't be willing to go and just post anything and everything. You know what I mean? And that's what I want you to understand as well with this content that I'm doing, because this all gets sense checked before I even pull it out myself. I listen through the whole video just to ensure that it has gems or nuggets or insights that I know that at least one person can actually listen to it and think to themselves, you know what, this is actually really useful. I'm going to incorporate this into my work, my business, or my life, and just have a new sort of newfound appreciation for what it means when you are not only building in public, but also documenting the journey and committing to what you said you're going to commit to. I committed to posting one video a day for 1,000 days. And the things that has happened as of recently just gave me the ultimate booster to realize that what I'm doing is not only beneficial for my confidence and for all the things that I'm looking to do, but it's also beneficial for what it actually means for what I'm building and my methodology and my approach to what it means to build brand authority in 2026 and years beyond. So when I realized that and I really identified that this calling, what I've been called to do, is a lot more deeper than me just being on camera just talking. It's going to be something that's going to change everything for not only myself but the community, the people that check for me. The Honestly, it'll do a lot for so many people, and I just can't wait to continue to see the level of growth that this is going to lead to, just off the back of me just being dedicated to you all. But anyway, let me even get to the point of the whole matter. I listened to the videos and they were whack. The sound was whack. The content was brilliant. And it's a shame because it's not, I can't put it out. I can't put it out. It's a crying shame. I'm gonna have to redo the videos. But ultimately, out of the 12 videos, there were 6 of them that was gone. They were gone. They were crash and burned effectively. However, the other 6 videos that managed to survive for some weird reason. And I was looking through, and then it was like the software picked which videos it was going to corrupt. So it was very weird. But I ended up having 6 videos that worked for me, and then 6 videos that ultimately I had to get rid of. So rather than just being disappointed in the whole sort of idea of things and the whole aspect of what went wrong, I really just started to look at the things that went right. You know what I mean? I started looking at the things that actually went right and went into my favor, knowing that I actually had 6 videos that worked and 6 videos that I was actually happy with to put out, meant that I had enough time to do other things as well and schedule in the way that I wanted to schedule. I suppose ideally I wanted to be in a position where I could schedule a lot more videos, right? So then I have opportunities to do other things and also plan and schedule additional content that I want to share with you guys. But all in all, it's just the point that I wanted to make for this video, that these things are going to happen, man. These things are going to happen, and it's going to be annoying and it's going to be a pain. And there's going to be moments in the journey that's going to be making you feel like, what is the point? Why am I doing this? I should just give up. I should do something else. Is anyone listening? Is anyone even liking the content? Am I doing this for no reason? Who am I even doing this for? You may have all these sort of different ideas of what this content part means to you, or what this content actually means for your growth and your development. But I assure you, with all these thoughts that are in your head in the process of doing it, you just have to keep going. You just have to keep going, and you just need to be in a position where if things don't work out or things don't go to plan because of all sorts of various different reasons, like your videos corrupting and the sound just being completely off, you just have to do it again. You just have to do it again. But then you have to also be appreciative of the moments where things have gone well for you, or even despite the things not necessarily going your way, there has been particular glimmers of hope or glimmers of success in the actual moments, right? And I suppose for me, a couple years ago, I would have spent a lot of time thinking about the videos that didn't work, or the ones that I couldn't use, rather than the ones that I actually had available to me. And that all comes down to really shifting your mindset and shifting what it means for you, for when you're building something in public and when you're building something bigger than yourself, and when you are effectively just making yourself very much more vulnerable to scrutiny and public criticism, or just all those sort of things. But ultimately, if you say that you're going to do something, then just do it. If things don't go to plan, you just change it. You change up the plan, you switch up the idea, but ultimately you stick to the main mission and the task that you set yourself to do. And in this life, there's going to be so many hurdles and obstacles that are going to be thrown at you every sort of corner you can think of. But ultimately, you just have to keep going, and you just have to think with that growth mindset and that level of positivity and that level of optimism that will see you through even in the darkest days, right? And yeah, this video was more so just to re-emphasize the idea that if things are not going to plan, just do it anyway. I ran out of video content. I ran out of videos that I had scheduled, and I had no choice to just to get in the camera and record, because fortunately it's just a process of me doing it often where I know just to get into the zone, get into the headspace and just record this content, because it's not going to hurt to just drop a couple videos and just get back into the routine of video content as well. And honestly, it's a interesting time where I'm really taking this as serious as possible, because like I said, this is something that is a lot more bigger than I anticipated, and it will continue to be big as long as I continue to commit and dedicate myself to what I said I'll do. So by all means, if you are going through any sort of hardships or any sort of situations that has just kind of set you back, just please just take a moment, take a breather, and just go again when you're ready, right? Because everything happens in time. And with that, sometimes the best thing you can do in that moment, especially when you're just so like tired of these things not necessarily going to plan, is just take a breather, take a break for a moment, and then just go again. Because I always say, like, it's fine in areas to quit something, but you can never give up. Quit a particular job or quit this particular sort of routine that you thought was good for you at some stage, but it turned out it wasn't actually good for you in the long term. Quit, but don't give up. Because when you give up, you're giving up on yourself, and we ain't giving up on ourselves, because we are locked in for 2026, man. We're locked in, and that's the reason why it motivates me and inspires me all the time to just get this content out, to record content, so I'm able to share my insights and my thoughts with you all every single day. So that was it for this video. Like I said, this one wasn't rehearsed. There was no notes involved, no messaging. It was really just me just sticking to the mission at hand, despite the fact that I had no content to record. So you are seeing this on a live recording day. So happy Sunday to you all. And I'm wishing you a blessed start to the new week. However your new week is looking, whatever your objectives are, whatever your targets are, make sure that you list them down, make some notes, make some plans of action, and let's get to work, man. Let's have a fantastic week. But on that note, happy Sunday once again. God bless, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out. Look after yourself.